Clusters.
And we are going live.
And we are live, am I correct? Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. To you in the Mech Center, phenomenal that you could make it. For you, those online, phenomenal you're here. I'm John Rutenberg's AI bot. John couldn't be here today, so he sent me instead. We are 1 Million Cups Fairfax community. Of 100+ communities, we are the #1 best Supremo community in America. Next slide, please. So the Kauffman Foundation, started by the Kauffman family, funds all the chapters because they're interested in promoting entrepreneurship, education for entrepreneurs, and making it possible for entrepreneurs to take risks and succeed. Next slide, please. We are implementing the national mission at the local level by bringing you to us and us to you. By creating our community, we have a group of entrepreneurs who meet weekly, every Wednesday. Sure, some of us miss it, but mostly we're here. We show up and we're counted and we participate and share ideas. And that's an amazing strength that you can come here, feel safe, and express your ideas. I'm happy to move to the next. Okay, so very quickly, key pillars, no problem. Okay. For the newest folks in the room, you cannot pitch for money when you make presentations. We're about authentic connections because when I look around the room, I have friends in the room. When they call me, I pick up the phone and vice versa because they're my buddies. That's critical for business. We're run for the community, by the community. You'll meet the organizers, ambassadors, and we are radically and intentionally inclusive. Perhaps what's said at 1 Million Cups ought to remain at 1 Million Cups, but you can spread the word about our strengths. Next slide, please. New visitors, newbies, please raise your hand. And if you're in the room and at the Mech Center, please come forward to the podium. I have seen a few new folks. Eric, are you brand new?
Yep, first time.
So Eric, introduce yourself, tell us about your company, tell us how you found us in 40 seconds or less.
Haha. Yeah, so hi, Eric Fadney. I'm working on a product I'm calling Valden Cloud. It's a family legacy tool, leveraging blockchain and AI storytelling to enable better collaboration with family connections. And it also uses AI digital avatars to bring back the dead.
And how did you learn about us?
Oh, I don't know. Not sure. Just online. You guys have a great reputation, and I thought I'd have to attend a couple meetings.
Excellent. Well, welcome. Amy, please.
Take myself off mute. Good morning, Amy Canales, and I'm the CEO of GigaGov. And our primary customer, of course, is the federal government. We do a lot of AI and procurement transformations. I myself am a former Navy, procurement executive. I was a branch chief and entered the SES cohort at Naval Supply Systems Command in Mechanicsburg. I'm in the Reston area, and I heard about the organization at the the National Chamber of Commerce event in Atlanta. Someone walked up to me and said, "Hey, Amy, you got to be part of us," after finding out that I was in the DMV. So here I am.
Well, welcome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Gia, is this your first time?
Did you say Mansoor?
No, I said Gia.
Oh,
Mansoor,
sorry.
you have been here,
Sorry.
right? Yeah. Hey, welcome, Gia.
Hi, good morning. Yes, this is my first time here. I was invited by Dan Lender. I believe he frequents this chapter, right? Yeah. So thank you for having me today. I am an operations consultant, and so I work with small business owners, CEOs, and founders who are ready to get out of the day to day and really spending their time on building their big vision. And so what we do is we get them to start delegating more to their team, being able to be more hands off so that they can really build for what's the next step for them.
And how did you learn about us? Oh, you said Dan Lender. My apology.
Yes.
Yeah. Roberta, is this perhaps your first? No, but you can say hello anyway.
This is my second. I went last week and it was so good. I said, I'm going to come back and I loved listening to how you helped an entrepreneur look through a business idea. So I'm going to be in the listening mode and learning. Thank you.
Awesome. Great that you're here. Anyone in the room brand new?
This is Sonal Thakur. I am representing Spark R2 Digital Solutions, and I joined last time virtually. It's my second time. I loved it, and I heard about this organization from one of the meetings that I attended for the Loudoun County Coalition Women's and Girls Association, and yeah, and basically what we do is digital marketing and AI automation for the healthcare mission small businesses. Thank you all.
Excellent. Thank you. And
I think
Maura,
that's it.
that's
Let's
it.
do
Maura,
Maura.
you have
Yep.
been here before?
Sorry, you asked me, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I know
Yeah,
you
I have
from,
been here before.
Okay.
The discussion about AI, I think James Lawson was talking about AI. Yeah, and then this came up. So I actually wanted to see somebody pitch something and kind of go through the whole process. And yeah, I'm excited.
Great. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you all, and thank you to our newest attendees. Become part of our community. You're welcome to join. Next slide, please. So take a moment and scan this QR code so that we can report into National about our attendance. As a group of organizers, we've been working very, very hard to get us above 20 attendees per week. The best way you can help us get over 20 people per week is by inviting a colleague to join our community. Take it on as a little responsibility. If you think we're worth it, be valuable to a colleague or a friend and introduce them to 1 Million Cups. When you scan the QR code and we report, we get, you get whatever that's merch, swag, where if you attend 3 meetings in a row and you've registered in the 1 Million Cups platform, all of a sudden stuff shows up at your house. It's amazing. So please do sign in, get credit, and utilize the swag. Next slide, please. Meet your organizers and your ambassadors. We are working for you. You're always welcome to play a leadership role. Feel free to step forward and ask any of us about how you can help us continue to make 1 Million Cups Fairfax the best 1MC chapter in America. Kudos to the folks whose pictures you see. Next slide, please. Is Eddie in the room today, or generally we have 2 sponsors, George Mason Enterprise
Yeah,
and
I'll jump in for Mason Enterprise.
Great.
Eddie is actually in Arlington at the Fuse, which is one of the new incubators and great spaces that Mason Enterprise Center has as part of their ecosystem. They are over 80% full here in their Fairfax location. So if you are looking to have a virtual membership where you can drop in, have a group of entrepreneurs around you. It is lonely sometimes being an entrepreneur, so it's good to have community. If you have a business that's looking to scale, they have over 20 mentors that are dedicated to help, all included, by the way, to help you grow and scale your business. From HR to accounting, anything you need, it is there. So thrilled to have Eddie as our space sponsor. You'll see an email there as well as the website. You can check it out, mec-fairfax.org. And we look forward to seeing Eddie in person next month. But again, do reach out. Many companies are looking for space that can flex with them, and MEC is fantastic at that. With that, I'm going to have Deborah Lansdowne come up here. She's so excited to be in front of the computer on Wednesday morning, as she is our coffee sponsor. So welcome, Deborah, and past presenter. So she will get swag because she's a past presenter. So
Ooh,
welcome
that's
back.
exciting. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Lansdowne with A Pinch of Time, and we are thrilled to be the coffee sponsor this month. And what we do is we partner with our CEOs and our clients to be able to provide them from a virtual perspective, the background support that they need to keep their business moving. How do we do that? Well, we begin with a CEO assessment and a CEO strategic maturity model, which is proprietary, which gives them a clear perspective as to where they're going. Love to be able to talk to anyone about it, but just thrilled to be here. And thank you very much, Jen, for the gentle nudge.
And for the swag that I mentioned earlier for presenting, you too can get swag as a presenter. So Deborah, thank you again for presenting. We love having you in our community.
Thank you.
Back to you, John.
Yeah, thank you to both sponsors, to Mason and Pinch of Time. Deborah, thank you so much. Next slide, please. So most of you know how our meetings work. Please put yourself on mute. After our presenter speaks, you'll have more than enough time for Q&A. Next slide, please. So today, very excited to introduce Prabhmeet Kholi. And what's amazing about Prabhmeet is she started attending our meetings 6+ months ago and faithfully has come probably almost every Wednesday. And now she's decided to present. And that is the perfect 1 million cups model. With that, I'm so proud to introduce Prabhmeet and look forward to hearing her presentation and getting to know you. So thank you so much. You're up.
Thank you. Thank you. And just for anybody else who presents here, there's things around here that move. So just be careful when you stand and lean on things. I want to thank everyone and the community here for being so supportive and presenting their ideas. I know it takes a lot to get your pitch ready. I haven't been doing that, and for the support that I received. Thank you, Maria, for spending so much time with me yesterday, trying to make sure my slides were in order and hitting all the check boxes that we need to. Next slide, please. That is my challenge question. I need introductions to companies whose growth and innovation are stifled due to a lack of a robust data foundation. I know it's a lot of words, but we're going to talk about this. We are going to unpeel it so you have a better understanding of what I'm looking for. Next slide, please. A little bit about myself. I know there's a lot of logos up there. I have spent more than 2 decades in the corporate world and helping mid-sized companies such as Capital One, Northern Trust and Alliant Credit Union. I am a certified privacy professional. I also serve on the Harvard Business Review Advisory Council. I have been building data products for various companies. Next slide, please. In November of 2022, anybody remembers why this is so significant? Come on, all of you use it. ChatGPT. It's their 3rd birthday this month.
Wow.
3 years. Yes, I know. I hear all the vows. That's what happens when you become a part of the system. And that is what actually happened. When it came out in November 2022, I was still with Capital One. And I knew that this is going to be a game changer. It's going to change the businesses all across the world. And that's why I founded Novamorph, because I knew the companies would need support for their business AI and data strategies. I know there are some numbers which I put out on the screen because I know this is a format everybody here at 1 Million Cups likes to see. Founded in January 2024, did not have my first client till June of 2025. For all the entrepreneurs out there, hang in there. It does materialize over time. There are times you think that you're going to give up, but we are operational across the US. Next slide, please. And we are also SWAM certified in Northern Virginia. So as you all said, you all are using GPT. I don't know if I know there are people like James who are educating ourselves, like us here, talking about Claude and Perplexity and all of those. So the challenge is that 85% of all AI initiatives stall, and this is per Gartner. The top 3 reasons that happen is all related to data. Data is not compliant, it's fragmented, it's untrusted. And I know John Norris here is in the room. He works with HIPAA compliance all the time with Medicare. I'm assuming he does because he better be if he isn't. Next slide, please. Now, most businesses will grow either innovating in new products, or they will reach out to new markets, or they will do an M&A. You have mergers and acquisitions, you have new products coming out, you have your legacy systems already in place. What causes, as a result of that, is the data fragmentation that happens. You have all these different systems, repeated, redundant IT systems. You have, the impact of all of that activity of growth is lost revenue. Lost revenue, regulatory exposure, high operational cost. I like the echo of my sound. Not really. Not really. Sorry. And there's no single source of next slide, please. So this data fragmentation is the cause of all of these AI initiatives stalling. I am going to shift a little bit to how Novamorph is building data foundation. These are examples of 3 of my clients. I know you see Claude up there and you're surprised because AI is what Claude does. But what they are doing is, okay, not giving out too much detail here. They are building systems which are HIPAA compliant so that they can onboard people on it. So I come in and I help them, of course, with partnerships, as to make sure that they are actually HIPAA compliant. Their ecosystem that they have is all HIPAA compliant. The other interesting client I had was Hive Social. They are a startup launching their, okay. I have a pixel who's talking to me. That's John's phone. Yes. So Hive Social, they had an interesting first startup. Okay, they haven't yet launched their application. You want to move somebody here? Okay, thank you. Going back to Hive Social, a startup, they hadn't launched yet, but they wanted to make sure that their privacy policy was all up to date. I figured out a few of the nuances where in their privacy policy, for example, they were saying you're going to a certain radius of your location. They didn't want to give away location, it's a privacy concern. But their privacy policy and what they were actually doing in their technical implementation did not match. It was a lawsuit waiting to happen. And then the School District of Philadelphia, we're working on operationalizing their privacy program. Next slide, please. I get a signal on the time check, so thank you. We also help companies with their AI-based growth solutions. I will go over this really quickly. We help them, if you are in that state where you want to hyper-personalize your client's journey with AI clients, or you want, like, for example, the sales pipeline optimization, you are onboarding new salespeople, you want to give them all the materials as quickly as possible. You want to make sure they have the right answer at the right time for the right client. AI can help you with that. And the intelligent document automation is also, you have tons of documentation that's already existing. How do you make sense of it and leverage it the quickest? Next slide, please. So this is what Novamorph does. We provide, help you build a trusted data foundation and your growth solutions within the guardrails that are important to survive and grow and scale. Next slide, please. Our target market, again, as I said, this is my challenge question, looking for companies who are growing and innovating, but they cannot because of their lack of robust data foundation. Examples of what they would need is your data privacy services, advisory services, privacy assessments if they want, any AI related work that they want to do, and they are like, okay, trying to figure out what is the best approach for them. That's what our target market would be. Next slide, please. The beachhead market that we're looking at right now is highly regulated industries. As I said, financial services, healthcare, education. The examples of some of the total addressable market is 53 billion, looking to go up to 199 billion. And the adjacent markets are your government space, local governments, federal government, and even the privacy market is a 3.8 billion market. But the example I'd like to give here is Todd Snyder, shoe company. They got sued for billions of dollars for not handling data appropriately in what they said what they're going to do and what they're actually doing. So just giving you a flavor of what the market looks like. Next slide, please. I am partnering with cybersecurity companies because they come in, do their pen testing. They will make sure that, your cybersecurity things are in place. And then they have a tangential data privacy because there is an overlap with cybersecurity and data privacy. So they need their expertise in that. Our competitors are companies like Red Clover Advisors, Catch, and BDO USA. They are very well established. I'm going to say that. And they are targeting very specific niche companies. I have even seen companies who are saying, oh, we will just do your privacy policy generator. That's all they do. And they have like a $10 subscription to just make sure that you're in line with whatever the new regulations come. It's a rapidly changing market, the regulations. Next slide, please. How are we different? Because as I said, I'm a solopreneur right now. I know I can hire people with the similar capabilities, but we bring in framework and accelerator libraries. We look at your outcome. We are not just saying, okay, you have to be compliant and checkbox, using compliance as a growth for scaling and not just, a checkbox exercise. And then we bring in the regulations expertise because it is every single day. There's a new law or regulation and you have to decipher it, unpeel it. Next slide, please. How do we engage people? It's all a risk-based approach. We provide advisory services. We will do your privacy assessments and we will help you implement your privacy program. And I think I'm at time. I will hand it over to, Maria. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Over to Maria. Congratulations. Thank you, Prabhmeet.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for meeting. It was a great presentation. It was a pleasure working with you on getting it done. A little bit of extra time getting to know you better. So we're gonna open up the floor for questions. Let's start with James and Karen.
What do we do from here?
Go ahead.
So it seems to me that the first thing is identification of someone who may be in that need right now. Would it be fair to say that companies who are in the midst of an M&A, like they would be like the easiest to find because you already know they're going through this merger, going through the right? And so, I don't know that world, but is there a way to get a list or something that says, here's all the companies that are currently involved in mergers and acquisitions? Or is that stuff that's usually top secret?
It's usually top secret. Yeah.
So there's a company in Frederick called Intellis. Intellis is, they do managed services. They're about a $10 million company, but they're in the midst of an M&A, like right now. They've just merged one of their competitors that bought them over. And it's not like this is top secret. But is that a type of company you might want to go try and find?
Sure. Yeah, that would be ideal.
Right. So you might want to call them and say, listen, I understand. Don't give them mine. Say you understand what going through it. Right? And see if this is something they might be interested in.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great way to look at it. Absolutely. Thank you. You want
All right, Karen.
Thank
you.
Thank
Yes.
you. So my question is, how do people know that they need you? Like, I know that sometimes people will have problems and either they don't want to admit it, they don't want to see it, or they see it, but they don't want to admit it. So my question is, how would they know that they need you and your services?
That's an excellent question, Karen. That is why I have to explain to people what I do, why I do it, and scare them to death so that they can hire me. No, no, I'm just kidding. No, just saying that is a challenge with companies. I mean, the example I gave you of Hive Social, they were the smart people where they knew that they should have somebody review it, and they didn't want to go to the lawyers. So it's cheaper than the lawyers to have a privacy expert come in and review that. So that will be one of the selling points, saying, hey, you may not require a whole lawyer expertise, a group of legal counsel to come in and review your, your policies and procedures, but a expert who is not just looking at the policies in terms of the document that you put together, but actually challenging you on the technical aspect of it. How are you actually operational? How are you doing what you say you're doing? Right? That is where most of the people get caught up in the regulations and the fines that they come across.
Thank you. So we're gonna go into the room and then I'll come back to Melinda. Do you want to come over? Yes, because I don't know if we're gonna be out here.
We have a lot of space. We get cozy here.
No worries.
Well, I was just wondering, where exactly are you marketing at? What kind of networks do you belong to? Those types of things that are really going to kind of put your name out there. And then the offshoot of that, the back end of that is, one of the things I've learned is having a consistent brand. And so being able to have that brand strategy that's out there. I'm sorry, it's a lot of questions.
No, you're perfect. So where am I marketing? I am a part of NVTC. I am part of 1 Million Cups, a proud member here. I have been applying to women in cybersecurity, women in data, speaking opportunities. I am also a member of the Women in Science, but that's out in Boston, but they do have a lot of virtual events. So that has been most of my marketing. I know I have been lacking on LinkedIn, like push and brand. And I know, I'm getting all the looks in the room. I've heard that from all the different pitches that I still have learned, but yet not learned. So I know that is something which I need to. And thank you for talking about the consistent brand marketing, because that's absolutely essential.
And I only say that because it's made a tremendous difference in my business.
Okay.
So
great. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Deborah.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go with Melinda and then we'll take it back to the room after the.
So fabulous presentation. I really liked it. First question, and it's a combined question. What are early signals that a company is ready for you? And where do you start when a company lacks the foundation, compliance, audit, infrastructure, or team culture?
Thank you, Melinda. That's a very good part. You touched on the team culture part of it. Most people see privacy and compliance as a checkbox exercise. So that training piece is really important. So I'm trying to remember your first part of your question about where do people, sorry, say that again.
Sure. What are the early signs that a company is ready for your help?
So as James mentioned, anybody who's doing an M&A should consider what they're taking on. Especially if you're buying the systems that are already existing, what kind of data is already existing, where does it stay, who has access to it, what does your privacy policy state, terms of use, any of that. So even if somebody wants just a review to make sure that's all okay, because most of the times these are standard, especially if you have a static website, you have a standard use, you're not collecting, you're not dropping any cookies, you're not doing any of that. Sure, you're straight up, it's much easier. But if you're going to do cookie consent management, that's another aspect of privacy. So to your point of when would they know that they need a need, I think every company needs to review their privacy every year. Annually, every year, everybody should take a look at what we said, what we were doing, how have things changed, are there new regulations that apply to my industry, should I be doing something else about it? So every year, you should look at that.
I'm gonna interject.
Yes, please.
So we were gonna try to keep up.
Yes, please.
Because you
Yes,
have
yes.
6 or 7 people waiting for.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So first of all, congratulations. Thank you. Successful launch. And my question is, when you said about the AI growth, you built the AI chatbots, right? So now being a single person, like, do you do the development of or
That's an excellent question. I have a partner in crime, that's my husband, who helps me out. He's an advisor on the company. And we have hired developers to get the work done. I mean, one person cannot possibly be everywhere, for sure. Oh, that's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're gonna take one question online and then come back to the room. AJ. Oh, actually.
AJ is right
let's
here.
do Karen. Yeah.
Karen, you said Karen, right? So,
Yeah.
my question is, who would hire you? Is it CIOs? Like, who would be the person who would say yes to you and bring you in? And where do they hang out? Are they going to specific conferences or something that you could go to and attend that you could find them?
So the people who would be hiring me would be CIOs and CISOs. And they are hanging out in their corporate offices, I guess. No, they are going to conferences. You're right, Karen. They are going to those conferences, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Michael and then AJ.
Thank you. Nice presentation. I wanted to push back on something I thought I heard you say.
Go ahead.
You said that legal firms were like your competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a believer in co-opetition. And I'm wondering if maybe you shouldn't look at actually being a partner with some law firms. Instead of seeing them as 100% competition, maybe there's a percentage of what they're doing that you could do for them. And that would also give you a lot of entrance to other businesses. So maybe don't think of the law firms as just a pure competition, but a potential partner in getting you more business.
Thank you, Michael. So legal law firms are not competitors per se, but they are somebody who I can replace if their legal expertise and lawyer language is not required. Their services are not required. So there are a lot of people in the privacy world who are also lawyers. So quite a few of these lawyers will end up specializing in corporate law or in privacy law. And that's where the expensive part of it, that's what it's the cost effectiveness in my business. But you're right. I mean, I could certainly, partner up with law firms and say, hey, you can charge whatever dollars you want and give me a part of that. So certainly.
All right. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Learned something.
Thank you.
I might have something for you. But anyway, the questions are like, have you tried contacting the guys who you were working for, like Capital One and all these guys? That could be one. You want me to ask them?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll ask.
The second is compliance officers, and the third is practicing what you preach. Follow your own AI for the sales pipeline, targeting, messaging, all that stuff. In fact, I started doing it, the ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and somewhat it does help.
Yeah.
But the execution and all that stuff, you need someone like what?
Yes, no, thank you. So your first question was, where would I?
People like Capital One.
People like Capital One. So Capital One itself is a huge company.
Yes.
They have their own lawyers in-house. They have a whole compliance and privacy team.
Yeah.
I would barely be making a scratch at Capital One for sure. But yes, the previous companies, I mean, most of them have been larger. If they were mid-sized, then yes, I can reach out to them and talk to them about it. And yes, using GPT and Claude, I'm pitting them against each other, asking both of them the same question and see how they respond.
Yeah, so you may want to focus on the right targets, like 10 to 20 people, or like avoiding the larger companies.
Yes.
Look at the smaller or mid-size who could be your client.
And that is why I launched Novamorph, to help those companies. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The room, Jen, and then James.
Have you thought about collaborating with certified exit planners? And the reason I say that is they will be brought in sooner to help someone plan if they're thinking about being eligible for an M&A. If they're already in the middle of an M&A, that's not, that's pretty late. So I look at certified exit planners. There's a certified exit planning institute, maybe see if you could be a speaker there. I would also look at, and I like Michael Botero's point about attorneys, but I would look at business attorneys who help people with exit planning also. And then IP attorneys, because I think also what you're talking about is protecting IP, increasing valuation from that standpoint. So I would think about who are some of those firms that you could be a speaker at. And I might also look at CPA firms, because a lot of the law firms and CPA firms now are trying to provide educational content to clients. And this could be a really big one.
Thank you. I had not heard of the certified exit planner, so I always learn something new when I come here. Thank you.
Yep.
James.
I'm not going to be the M&E thing to death, but I really am.
You are.
Yeah. John and I just had a quick brief conversation there. Like, I'm really unclear about who you're for.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff trolling you on the web there. There's a lot of stuff about the stuff that you do. But I'm not entirely clear who you're doing it for and why. Right? And so my recommendation would be, even though it's going to be something you're going to go, there's no way on earth I'm going to do that, I would get hyper specific about what you do, i.e., we specialize in helping companies going through mergers and acquisitions to do X, Y, or Z because, right? So if it's about data fragmentation, if that's a big problem in that world, that's what you got to tell them what you're doing. Right now, we just know you do a lot of stuff, but I don't know why. I don't know what the impact is. And so I would start cleaning up your USP and get hyper specific on at least one thing. And if the M&A market is a good market, which I suggest it probably would be, right, for what you're doing, I would just say that's what your specialty is. Mergers and acquisitions, data compliance, whatever it is in your thing, Prabhmeet, and just go straight after that.
Thank you
for 90 days and see what happens.
Thank you.
John. And John Rutenberg, and then Melinda.
Thank you. Prabhmeet, again, thank you so much. It's awesome what you're doing. I want to build on James's comment and suggest that you really narrow your focus to an industry or a functional area, which I'd call that M&A. But I wonder whether the educational industry might be ripe for this, because boy, do they have to protect and safeguard the student records at every level. And you can't be everything to everyone. And quite frankly, if you came to me, my little business, and said, you got to comply with this, that, and the other thing, I'd have to take some aspirin. It would give me a headache. Whereas folks in the educational world have a very serious responsibility. And taking what James said as it relates to defining what you do in words that a school superintendent could understand, or her or his specialist who's responsible for the registrar records. You can't be everything to everyone, and perhaps there are one or two areas where you can become the niche guru, such as M&A or education. And I think both of them are more fertile than trying to go broadly for quote unquote small businesses.
Thank you, John. One of my clients is the school district of Philadelphia, and boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's not just the students, it's the employee records too. We tend to forget. Yeah, we tend to forget. It's not just your customers that you need to worry about. It's also your employees. So thank you for sharing that.
Your social media or all your one pager says, what if those records were stolen?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
I'm getting in your personal
No, no,
space.
no,
Come,
you're not,
come,
you're,
come.
you're fine.
No,
you're fine.
come. So great presentation. And to piggyback, niching down, getting really clear, I'm going to work for M&A or school systems. And then you're going to be a thought leader. You're going to be a thought leader. You're going to put together free papers. You're going to go to every conference that schools are at that are there, that they're going to school conferences. They're not going, it's not the IT guy going to an IT thing.
Yes.
It is
Right.
the superintendent of the school going to a school thing, and you're on that panel that's talking about risk and rewards. The risk is you'll lose $1 billion and you'll get sued and you'll be screwed and you scare them. And here's a solution, and I offer this free paper and here's this free webinar. But your full-time job is going to become thought leader and teaching people about the risk and how. And oh, by the way, you can solve the problem. And you're going to be on webinars because a webinar is just a paid marketing opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Michael.
So I want to follow up on the last comment
Yes.
and on John's. I work in the association world,
Mhm.
and the American Association of School Superintendents and the grade school superintendents, these are like the 50 largest school districts in the country. They have a conference every year. It might be a good place to do a little bit of advertising. And I think a direct appeal to them on the issues that you've talked about here, privacy of both student and employee records, they probably need someone to help them.
Mhm.
And since you have an in Philadelphia, I'll make you a bet that they know all the people I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
So I would check with them, and if they don't, give me a call. I know a number of those people. I'll be more than happy to make some introductions for
Thank
you.
you so much.
Prabhmeet, how are you?
Good.
And I'm gonna use myself as an example, and I apologize because I'm not an IT person, but I'm on your website. Your
Yeah.
first statement is simplifying privacy compliance.
Mhm.
I don't know what that is. Then this one really gets me, strengthening security posture. Posture to me is how I stand. So I don't even have a clue of what that is. And the point is, I would love to help you, but I have no idea reading your website what you do that I could call my friend Marie and say, hey, I have this friend that I think can help you because I have no, that's fine. You don't have to. I may not be important. I get that, but I'm just trying to figure out how I can help you when I have no clue
On the
of anything
website.
in your space. And if I were to somehow land on your website, to me, it's the messaging I think is here's the problem that we fix. Like if you can really just like I deal with Medicare, it's extremely complicated.
Complicated, yes.
I don't lead in with industry terms and niche words, and I don't speak to somebody who knows Medicare. I have to speak to the person who knows nothing.
Yes.
So the words I choose have to connect on the lowest level. And your whole website speaks so far over my head. I have no idea. Now maybe that's what it's intended to do, but that's my 2 cents.
Don't you feel like you're really injured now because you don't know anything?
About which I know nothing. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out.
No, thank you.
Great comment.
Thank you for taking that time to actually go explore the website, John, and give me the feedback. Because you're right, when you start presenting things and looking at things, you're thinking, oh, people know what the security posture is. How am I securing it and all that? But then you realize that, hey, John Norris and works in Medicare, but probably knows a lot about HIPAA compliance, but doesn't know what Novamorph is actually, how they can help you. So I appreciate that.
Clients someday, if I need your services.
Then
in
you
5
don't
years,
see that.
I don't know what you do.
Got it.
That's-
No, that's great. That's great feedback.
Or even easier is what core problem are you solving on a consistent basis that I can relate you to solving that problem? That like in my world, I don't care about my company. You go, John versus Medicare. I'm winning.
Yes,
correct. I go Prabhmeet, I go, I have no idea.
Got it. Thank you.
Or I send you James and you go, sorry, but James isn't my right client. So I don't understand it.
Got it. Thank you.
So we're 2 minutes to the time to tea. So Melinda and then Jen.
I had a couple of thoughts that you probably want to go after potential intros through VCs, accelerators, or IT leaders seeking compliance support, and also partnership opportunities with cloud and cybersecurity firms that may help you expand your network.
Thank you. I mean, I am actually working with cybersecurity companies, and that's how quite a few of my contracts are coming through, is because they need to extend their services at their clients. Jen.
A couple of thoughts. One, actually, let me ask a question first. Do you have a lead gen sort of call to action on your website? Like, will you come in and do an assessment, or can people take an assessment and get a score that lets them know they really need to call you? Because sending that out and creating just an easy first step would be helpful. Do you have something like that right now?
I have just schedule a consultation button, which sends me an email with like a little form. I do not have a you take an assessment, so that would be a good one.
I would think about like, what's the framework you're using to assess a company? Build a questionnaire around it.
Yeah.
So when they fail it, which everyone should fail it because they need you, right? I mean, in a nice way, that's sort of how you want to construct something like that. The other two thoughts, one would be, I'd love for you to have a speaker one pager. That might require you to have 3 talks that you give, one for education, one for healthcare, one for M&A, or something. But I think crafting that so that you're ready for that, having speaker on your LinkedIn profile. And then I would imagine insurance companies might be a good group to collaborate with, business insurance specifically, even cybersecurity or privacy policies, whatever businesses need to put in place. Maybe you can reach out and see if that's an opportunity where you can come in and help assess a company to make sure when it is insured, like it's set up well. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yep.
One last thought, because I was just thinking, I'm piggybacking on John North. If you simplify your message for someone like me, then I can refer you because I want to help you, but I don't know who I would go to in my network or where I would go. So maybe even coming down with something that's a little bit more simplistic.
Yep.
For the folks like me that are not technical, but may have a large network and would want to be able to introduce you to somebody.
Thank you, Michael.
So
And
two
then
quick,
Jane.
I'm sorry. 2 quick points. When I saw your target audience, it looked awfully big to me. And I think you should
Narrow it down.
work at bringing that down. And to a point that some others have made now, I also looked at the site and the stuff you put up there. Use a phrase like data fragmentation. Now, maybe if you're a techie, you know what that means. I know what the word data means and I know what the word fragmentation means, but I really don't know what data fragmentation is. So I think that you have to find language, particularly in the education sphere, when you're not talking to techies, that they understand. It has to be something your audience hears and understands, not something that you know technically. Technically is, that's your gig, but that doesn't necessarily help you get business. It helps you maintain business.
Yeah.
Won't help you get business.
It's not easy to change. I'm coming from the similar background. We did AI back in early 2000s or 1900s, but failed because we were early in the game.
All right, and finally, James.
Yes, so just for transparency, probably now we've had multiple conversations, right? I love this. I will tell you because I love you this. Because you're so smart, you're making this very complicated.
No, he's
right?
just speaks the truth. Yeah,
It's not about dumbing things down. It's about simplifying the language so that the people that you're going after can go, oh, that's a problem that we have. And right now, probably, I think you're spending way too much time on the solution, but you're not identifying it in real language the client would use. What the problem is that they would identify. And I think if you can just bridge that as fast as humanly possible, I think you're going to start getting some more traction. I just think it's a very big problem.
Thank you.
You have time? No?
So, sorry?
Okay, just very quick. If you get a chance, there's a book by the Heath brothers, Dan and Chet Heath, which they discuss something called the curse of knowledge. And you are a great example of that. You just
Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment. But the curse of knowledge doesn't mean you can sell it. It means that you know how to do it. And so I think your problem's on the marketing side, not the other side.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Sure,
And finally,
Prabhmeet.
Sean, and this is the final.
This is me, Sir Prabhmeet.
Final for real.
First of all, you've done a wonderful job of not being defensive. So as the MC, I get to ask the final question.
I had a little bird tell me not to do that.
Yeah, no, good prep by the team. Maria did a great job, but still you're on the firing line, so you're the one. So what else can our 1 Million Cups community do for you? That's our $1 million question.
So the support that I get and the challenge that I got today has been amazing. I am not very surprised by some of the things which you guys said, but we all know when it's your baby and then you get the feedback that you get, you're like, yeah, this baby needs to be dressed properly a little bit. That's what we need to do. So thank you for that. The other thing this community can do is keep supporting the entrepreneurs that you do every single week. I try to be here every week. I know it's not possible for everyone to be here every week, but I give hats off to the people who hold the fort every single time. So just keep supporting the people you are, and then I hope to come back in 6 months, and that's the help I would need in 6 months to see what traction I have, how bad my website still looks, or is that because it's still going to be bad. I'm telling you, it's never going to be perfect. That's why we keep growing. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you, and a round of applause. Prabhmeet, it was great.
Thank you. You're very
And
kind.
we're excited. Okay, next slide, please. Next week, our presenter, Hyacinth Tucker. Hyacinth has had an amazing journey since she joined us a year plus ago. She is in the residential cleaning, dry cleaning, and laundry business, and is expanding consistently. And she's coming back next week to give us an update. I am sure it will be incredibly exciting. Next slide, please.
Hey, John Rinberg, just a quick clarification. Next week is actually Jessica James returning with Madeline James. Hyacinth will be the week after.
Like I said, Hyacinth will be the week after, but next week will be Madeline James. I think the group did this on purpose to make me look good. Okay, we have upcoming events, but rather than describe the events themselves, these are links to the organizations that have multiple links. These are our friends and family. So one of my organizers probably just put it in the chat, so you'll have all the links. I trained the organizers in how to copy and paste just last Monday. They're pretty sure it's there. And please join those events that make sense to you. You can catch it with the QR code or grab it out of chat, and we're ready for the next slide, please. So one of the great achievements that our community has done is we are booked through December. We have the benefit of some holidays, but we have presenters coming up every week. So again, as I incorrectly stated, Madeline James will be here next week and Hyacinth the following week. But through December, we are booked. So if you want to present to us nanny nanny poo poo, you'll have to wait till January. Now, let's go. Next slide. Please grab our social media links and promote that you just attended 1 Million Cups. The best benefit you can give our community is to invite a friend. If you think this was worthwhile and you keep it to yourself, that doesn't help. But if you let somebody else know who you care about and bring them next week, you'll be considered valuable and a resource. Please bring folks to our meetings. Next slide, please. Hey, stick around a while. We have a couple of minutes for some social networking and additional feedback for Prabhmeet. Again, let's give Prabhmeet a round of applause. She really was great. And as she serves as a great model for what happens when someone becomes an attendee at our 1 Million Cups group. Often they become presenters and contributing members of the best 1 Million Cups community in America. Thank you all.